I think one of the reasons people are so anti-hustle culture is because a lot of people convinced themselves they wanted 10 out of 10 results, but they didn't want to put in 10 out of 10 effort, and they got pissed off about that.
Wanting 10 out of 10 results without wanting level 10 effort, intentionality, strategy is not going to work.
Next Level Nation, today, for episode number 2214, this is a first. I don't think I've ever put this in a title. Success is a sliding scale forever. Sliding scale. The old sliding scale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right, cool. So, we did yesterday's episode. We're going to do a part 2. Alan's making weird faces at me. I also feel like my camera is backwards somehow, and I can't tell if it is. I feel like my hair is backwards. I don't really know what's going on, so...
Is it mirroring you?
I have no idea what's happening, to be honest with you. Okay.
You look exactly the same to me.
I appreciate that. Yesterday's episode, maybe the simplest reason why most people aren't successful, and our theory was the syntax is off. Mm-hmm, so you want to be more successful than 80% of people, but you really only want to work more than 20% of people. Not going to work.
Agreed.
It's not going to work. This is my new thesis, okay? And this is the reason why I use seasons so often, and Alan always hates when I talk about seasons in self-improvement. He fucking hates it.
I don't hate it. I think it's fine.
I think a season can become a new level if you ratchet it up. So the reason I wanted to do a sliding scale, okay? I fully don't know even what that means, honestly, so I probably shouldn't name the episode that. But I think of it as today... I think I'm probably 85-15, I would say. Mm-hmm. I think I'm probably 85-15. And my...
Despite what your social media golfing looks...
I mean, I golf. I don't golf as much as it looks like on social media, but I do get out there.
Yeah.
My 85% today is better than my 90% was 3 years ago, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And that, I think we're so afraid to go more all in, not understanding that eventually you get used to that. Mm-hmm. And you get better with that. And then to put a bow on this before I kick it to you, I also understand why people overdo it and then resent it. Mm-hmm. I understand why people overdo it and resent it. My goal in today's episode is for you to figure out what your actual percentage is. And then for you to be okay with that. There's 2 ways to be okay with that. I only want to do 50% effort. Cool. Congrats. And do not expect much more than 50% outcome. Cool. I want 90% results. Okay? Congrats. And you're most likely going to have to give up more than 90% of people are. And there is a downside of each of those. And I think we just have to be honest with what downside we're more okay with.
So this episode was born from the trip I took. For those of you who didn't listen to the episode part 1, Emilia and I drove south from Massachusetts to South Carolina and back. And with Tesla charge, so we did the whole thing in one shot on the way back, which was a huge mistake.
You did the whole thing in one charge?
No, in one shot. Meaning in one day.
Oh, you didn't stop?
Yeah, we didn't stop. So it
like
was
sleep.
It was like 19 hours straight. It's 14 and a half from where we were in South Carolina to Massachusetts, but Tesla charges take longer. So it was basically like 19. I think total it was like 22 hours or something crazy. Unfortunately, the car drives itself. So that's been really helpful. It's unbelievable. But anyways, I realized I just tracked this while you were talking. I did 22 coaching sessions last week. Now, at the very beginning of my coaching career, 22 in 1 week would have been a lot. 22 in 1 week is actually not that much for me now. However, when you're on a road trip, 22 sessions now suddenly feels like 500. Because, and that's an exaggeration, obviously, but it's all contextual. So this is one of the things that I didn't get to say in the last episode that I want to make sure I say. I teach this in our master classes. I taught this in our last master class. I opened up my Remarkable. It's just a notepad that I draw on that everyone can see. On the left-hand side, I said goal orientation. And then I drew that people that are goal-oriented, if you're in that category, which is the smaller population set, Your relationships are a byproduct of your goals. So you and I's relationship is built on our mutual goals. If our goals went away, our relationship wouldn't go away, but we wouldn't spend time together much. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Kevin basically said years ago, he's like, Alan wouldn't even be friends with me if we weren't business partners. And back then I was scared when you said that, but now it's like, I would still be friends with you. If I ran into you, I'd be pumped. I'd be like, hey, Kevin, what's up? But of course, no, I'm not going to drive to New Hampshire for dinner. Right. So, God, that sounds so bad out loud, but it is what it is. Okay. Now, to someone who has a goal-oriented life, that makes perfect sense. It's like, yeah, of course. You and I's relationship was built on mutual goals. For someone with a relationship orientation, or in this case, a lifestyle orientation, to go back to the last episode, their goals are a byproduct of their relationships. This is a key thing that everyone would benefit from hearing. Goal-oriented people have their relationships as a byproduct of their goals. When goal-oriented people get in relation to people who are relationship-oriented, the people who are relationship-oriented are often offended when you can't spend quality time. When in reality, the quality time was a byproduct of goals. So I have a friend in the past who I used to consider a friend. She worked with us. She was in it. Can you hear Tucker?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's hungry. Go feed him dinner.
You know it. So Emilia's on it. I can hear her out there. So I was in relationship, not intimate relationship, but relationship with this person. She was on the team. We would hang out and we would watch Harry Potter and we'd get pad thai, and she was a friend of mine. She was also my executive admin. I was focused on executive admin work first because we'd have these weekend jam sessions where, not weekend, but it would be a Sunday or a Saturday, and I'd go to her place and we'd hang out and we would jam. We'd do like 6 hours of work. We'd get the whole week set up. She was my EA. I was there for the work. She was there for the friendship. We both were there for both, but the syntax was off. I was there 95% for the work and 5% for the friendship. She was there 95% for the friendship and 5% for the work. So I think that in hindsight, now I understand why my friends would get so angry with me, because it's not like when you meet someone, you're like, hey, by the way, I'm a goal-oriented person, and our relationship, by the way, is actually built on our mutual goals, because all this is unconscious. And so from now on, I'm going to have my friends sign a contract that says they cannot be upset with me when I leave. Well, I'm obviously joking.
I think people feel used, right? It's like, we had somebody we had worked with in the past, and we did an event together, and they were like very frustrated with us when they said, okay, next time we'll do another event, but we'll make it much smaller. And we're like, no, we don't want to make it smaller. We want to make it bigger. And we want to get to the next level.
We crushed it. We were profitable the first event.
Yeah, it went really well.
It went really well. So we gotta up the ante here, baby.
That essentially wrecked that relationship.
Yeah. Can you explain that now in hindsight? She had a relationship orientation?
Yeah, this person. So we met this person at
a mastermind.
At a mastermind
in Boston.
We realized, okay, they're local to us. They interviewed us on their TV show a few times, and we became friendly with this person through goals, right? It was like, oh my goodness, you're trying to spread positivity. We're trying to spread positivity. We're trying to get better at our craft. You're willing to help us get better at our craft. It was a very symbiotic relationship. And then the second it went from we're going to achieve our goals together to them saying, well, I don't really care about those goals anymore. For us, it was like, well, we still do. And if anything, we have less time than we ever have. We're not really hanging out with anybody. So we got to go do our thing.
Yeah.
And so it was mission over relationship. It was mission over hanging out. But that whole relationship was built on, oh, you're into growth. Oh, you want to be a podcaster and a speaker? Oh, you want to amplify your message? Everything was built on that. Here's where it gets dangerous. People either knowingly or unknowingly lie about what they're doing to keep you around. So people say, oh yeah, I want to do that too. Oh yeah, I've always wanted to start a podcast. Okay, maybe I'll spend time with you guys and then I'll learn how to do it. And then eventually you get to the point where you realize, well, that's just what they say. It's not necessarily true, unfortunately, right? Unfortunately. And people do that in intimate relationships too. It's like, well, no, I want exactly what you want, or no, I'm never going to catch feelings. I know we're just hanging out, having fun, and then eventually, things go wrong. So, sliding scale.
Sliding scale. I knew you'd slide that in there.
I have to, because that's the title of the episode.
No laugh on that.
Oh, that was a pun. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, goddamn.
I'm fried.
That was fucking clever.
I'm so freaking.
The kid said something clever.
I went to bed at like midnight, woke up at 2. I couldn't fall. Taryn's away for the week, so I'm flying solo, and I cannot sleep when my wife is not home. It's brutal. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Just out of fear of something's wrong?
No, just I'm so used to her being here. Yeah, I'm so used to her being next to me. I don't like it. I like it for, we've talked about this before. Like the first night, it's like, this is awesome. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and then it's terrible.
And then when I go to bed, I'm like, I'm lonely. Yeah. I want her to be home. Can you come home? Can you come home, babe? I'm done.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
All right, sliding
That's
scale.
funny. Okay.
Sliding scale. I work more than I ever have. I think I'm better at working than I have ever been. And I've just gotten used to it. / as things, okay, let's say you're single right now.
This is why you never got mad at me.
For what?
Because you never kid yourself that it was anything more than...
I've been saying this for years. I was the guy who was willing to say this before anybody else was. Like, we wouldn't hang out if we didn't have a business together. Why
do you unpack that?
I used to have
okay, why would other people not know that? Like, okay, that person with the events.
Yeah.
In my head, we want to grow and scale. And remember she wanted to move it to libraries and do little tiny meetups. It's like, we can't come with you on that.
Because
this whole goals and conflict thing, it's like, listen, we can't take the same car if you're going to fucking
I think it's
California and I'm going to South Carolina.
I have my own goals too. So I understand. I had a bodybuilding coach. Loved him as a bodybuilding coach. I have not talked to him since I stopped bodybuilding. I most likely will never talk to him again. The only reason I knew him and I talked to him...
though. You are very unique in that. I'm telling you. That's not normal.
I mean, maybe I am. Because I think that's humility. That's me being humble, you know? I do. And again, I'm joking about that because you can't actually be humble and say you're humble.
By the way, for those of you not on YouTube, Kev made the funny...
Yes.
I'm humble.
Honestly, I think that is what it is. I
think it's not humility. I think it's you're honest with yourself about it.
I don't want to live under delusion of Ellen and I no, I mean, we'd still catch up. You know, if I was like, hey man, I don't want to do this anymore. Like we'd get lunch and I'd be like, dude, how's NLU going? You know, how's everybody? That's not going to happen. Brother. That's never going to happen. Brother. How's the podcast been, man? You know, is it like people talking about me? They miss me. Like my name come up a lot. You know, people kind of like, they miss it. They kind of miss the way it used to be.
Deepest fear right here. Brother.
Yeah.
In high school, I had a bunch of friends who loved Halo, the video game Halo. It's so long ago, I have to preface that. Back then, you didn't have to. It's like one of the most famous video games in history. Halo and Halo 2. I wasn't not friends with them. Oh, I just happened to know everyone and be close friends with everyone who loves Halo. We would have LAN parties, and we would all get our Xboxes together, and we'd have. I think it's very mature.
Well, it sounds cold and calculated to do that, I think, is what...
Yeah, it does. It does sound that way. But I think
that's why.
That way when you go underneath it.
I know.
My best friend growing up, we were best friends because he moved in across the street.
Yeah.
He was 3 houses down. We weren't destined to be best friends. No. We happened to have common interests and common goals. And we grew apart after our goals. He didn't get into the school that we tried to get into. We were both going to go to WPI, our college. And we were going to be roommates, and he went to UMass Amherst. He didn't get into WPI, and I did. And we did. We still reconnected every now and then, but it was never the same.
I don't know if it can be. You know what I was thinking last night? Dude, I don't know, weird thought. If you're a professional skydiver, I'm willing to bet most of your friends are also probably professional skydivers. Because if they're not, what the fuck do you talk about with the people in your life? And what do you do? That's your passion. You want to be the best skydiver humanly possible. Of course you have to surround yourself with other skydivers. I don't know what you're talking about when you say, my altimeter was off today. It's like, all right, what does that mean? Is that good? Is that bad? What does any of that mean? Goals often dictate what you have to value and what you have to prioritize and what you care about and what you don't. And I think that's really the thought process behind this. If you're a podcaster, I am more likely to spend time with you than I am almost anybody else.
Yes. Why?
Because my goal is to help podcasters, and it helps me learn, and it is a potential business opportunity. It checks off so many boxes where I know people that Tara and I have had this conversation. It's like, yeah, I met somebody cool at the gym, and I said, I could definitely be friends with this person. Like, we get along really well, but I don't need another friend. I'm not looking for that.
What's that like for her? Because I had a partner in the past, and she was like, you have so many friends. This is way back. Before I lost them all. Yeah. But
20 years ago.
She's like, I just don't feel like I have a lot of friends. And I'm not putting this on Taryn necessarily.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking, well, we grew up together. She's like, yeah, but I grew up with people and we didn't stay friends. Honestly, in hindsight, the answer is I basically only pull out the part of me that is... There's an authentic part of me that will talk video games for days. There's an authentic part of me that would talk golf. There's an authentic part of me that would talk movies. Dude, and again, this comes off so fucking arrogant. The truth is, I'm very multifaceted. I can talk intelligently about movies, golf, sports, peak performance. You become this. I remember in college, I was friends with the jocks and the nerds, and I was in an intramural. I was the 12 fraternities, 5 sororities. I was in all of, I went to parties. I was very multifaceted. And there's a book called Multiple Intelligences, MI Theory is what it's called, by Howard Gardner. And my therapist, Carol, she said, you got to read this book, because basically what she said is that you have all of them. And when I read them, and anyone can look this up, MI Theory by Howard Gardner. It's a whole thing. Basically, his thesis was IQ isn't enough. There's people who are athletes. There's people who are great communicators and connectors and all that stuff. So if you're multifaceted, you basically fit in everywhere, and you don't fit in anywhere. In a way, I feel like I don't fully fit in anywhere, but I can fit in anywhere. I can party. I'm not gonna, because I took that too far.
Well, I think that's the thing is, like, here's the simplest thing. You want to be more successful than I do. Therefore, your scope.
Yeah, what I have to say no to.
Yeah, what you allow yourself to do is just much, like, you can't go golfing.
Yeah.
It
takes away from, unless we're going to have a golf podcast.
I would be so like, anytime I've done that, I come to you, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so unfulfilled. I don't have anything to look forward to. I just feel like it's Groundhog Day every fucking day. Like, what do you look forward to? Like, being the best in 50 years? Fuck.
Dude, travel for me? We went to the Biltmore. We were on the boats in the ocean. Like, I really had the moment of everyone would love this.
I'm so excited. I'm going to Toronto. I'm going to Florida for a client. I'm so excited. I love it.
That's not what fulfills me. Now, don't get me wrong. We had a core memory at the Biltmore Gardens. Emilia just posted about it. Seeing her, I've never seen her happier in my life. It was fucking awesome. Dude, it was awesome. But dude, that ain't it for me. I'm not just going to do that all the time. For me, getting better at things, mastering things, building this company, building this community, being in fitness, I'm so mastery driven, dude. We used to talk about mastery and all that. For me, it's goals and mastery first, relationships and lifestyle second. For the majority of people, it is relationships and lifestyle first and goals and mastery second. We're all wired differently. Now, here's the key, and we gotta go. Speaking of mastery, I gotta go coach. But if you are relationships and lifestyle first, get around someone who's mastery and goals first. You're gonna crush it, as long as you stay humble and actually listen. Most of the lifestyle people want is actually a byproduct of people who don't even care about it. I have someone who is wealthy as hell, in the Bahamas anytime he wants, has his own place, private jets. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, if that's your goal, he never would have afforded it, because what it takes to build wealth is the complete polar opposite of spending wealth.
Yeah.
You have to invest wealth to make wealth. So if your goal is to have a great lifestyle, you almost by default won't have a great lifestyle without generational wealth, trust. Like the process to build lifestyle is opposite. It's goal oriented. And so for the listeners, if you are lifestyle driven, you got to think one step like Kev is, you got to find goal orientation and mastery, because lifestyle and relationships that are amazing are actually a byproduct of that. My goals saved my goddamn life, man. My goals forced me to get out of some really terrible relationships.
Mm-hmm. It's called delayed gratification for a reason, because you're delaying the gratification that you're working towards, and that's why it's so hard. Because, look, if I could be a golf influencer and just golf every day, that'd be fucking awesome. Now, that's never going to happen. And
it could if you wanted it to.
Well, yeah, but I'm not. Yes, if I dedicated every day to getting really good at it,
100%.
Yes,
and then it would take the fun out of it probably for you. I don't know. Maybe
it probably would. It probably would. But that's my takeaway is you have to find what's right. I'm not saying you finding the right split on this sliding scale makes it easier. I'm not saying you're still going to have to sacrifice something. It's just a matter of you understanding the upsides and the downsides. I think Alan is the type that gets pulled out of bed in the morning and goes after the mission. I'm not that way. And I've just been very honest. It sounds really cool on podcasts to say that. Fuck that. I wake up and I roll out of bed and it's like, all right, let me see what I can do today. I'm not wired the same as Alan, and it is doing everybody, including myself and Alan, a disservice if I try to convince myself I am. It's not. Yeah. That's not what's best. All right. Cool.
Appreciate your honesty, man.
I appreciate
That's the cheat code.
I appreciate you giving me the psychological safety to be me. I appreciate
Absolutely.
that more than you know. More than you know,
man. It's not easy.
And we would get dinner like once in a while, right? I could like check in, kind of see how things are going without me.
Yeah, I would comment back. I'm kidding.
No, I
literally, it's getting too much. You're freaking me out with that because people are going to take that wrong.
No,
we're joking.
I would always joking.
Love you, brother.
I would always love you.
We would not see each other often.
We definitely wouldn't, and we should. Honestly, there's bigger fish to fry than seeing how
the
Kevin's
world doesn't
doing.
revolve around Kevin Palmieri and Alan Lazarus.
It fucking should, though. It should.
Remember when you said, you compliment me all the time, I'm just getting sick of hearing it at this point. I mean,
how amazing
that was
I am?
A hilarious joke. Yeah, how amazing you are. You're just wasting my time at this point.
Yeah, so. I'm just so sick of the compliments. All right. Thank you all for listening to this. We appreciate it so very much. If you're looking for more like-minded people, we talked a lot about community in this episode. We'll have a link below for Next Level Nation, a group of like-minded people who want to get to the next level. Book club every Saturday, 12:30 Eastern time. If you want to read more books, Alan is literally there, one of the most consistent people on the planet. Every single Saturday, rain, snow, sleet, shine, whatever the freak it is, he will be there. We'll have the link in the show notes for that.
And if you want to get dinner,
we'll have the link for the next level dinner party in the notes as well. All right. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as dedicated as you say you are to getting to the next level, tune in tomorrow because we will be here to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential. Next Level Nation.